the history of Surah Yaseen. Surah Yaseen was revealed in Makkah during a time when the Quraysh tribe, the custodians of the Kaaba and the leading tribe in Makkah, strongly opposed Islam and the Prophet Muhammad's law. Rejection and mockery by Quraysh. The Quraysh denied the message of the Prophet ﷺ, accusing him of being a poet, a madman, or someone inventing lies. They mocked the resurrection, saying, "How can our bones come back to life after we die?" They tried to silence the message of the Quran and warned others not to listen to it. Surah Yasin responded directly to these objections. Surah Yasin as a response to Quraysh's rejection. 1. Verses 1 to 12, Allah swears by the Quran and affirms the Prophet's mission. You are truly among the messengers. This was directed toward Quraysh's accusations that Muhammad was not a true prophet. 2. Story of the three messengers, verses 13 to 32. This story is symbolic, and many scholars believe it was meant as a warning to Quraysh, showing what happens when a nation rejects its messengers. 3. Proofs of resurrection, verses 33 to 50. Quraysh denied life after death. These verses challenge their doubts, showing the signs of Allah in nature. 4. Warnings and consequences. The Quraysh were given a clear warning of punishment, just like earlier nations who rejected Allah's message. Why was this important at that time? Quraysh were powerful and proud. They didn't want to accept a prophet from among them who challenged their idol worship. They feared losing control over Makkah and the Kaaba if people accepted Islam. Surah Yasin was revealed to strengthen the Prophet ﷺ and remind him that Allah's support was with him, not the arrogant leaders of Quraysh. Lesson for the Quraysh and all of us. The Quraysh were shown that rejecting Allah's signs leads to destruction. The Prophet ﷺ is the true messenger. The Quran is not poetry but a divine message. Resurrection is real, and every soul will be held accountable. Surah Yasin, full history and Fazilat virtues in detail. Introduction to Surah Yasin, yes, number 36th Surah of the Quran, revealed in Makkah Makki Surah, total verses 3, total rukus 5, juz 22-23, starts in 22nd, ends in 23rd. Meaning of Yasin. These are disjointed letters, huruf al-muqatta'at. Their exact meaning is known only to Allah. Surah Yasin was revealed during the early Makkan period when the Prophet Muhammad was facing intense opposition from the Quraysh. The society at that time was deeply rooted in idol worship, rejected the concept of life after death, and resisted the idea of accountability in the hereafter. This surah was revealed to 1. Strengthen the heart of the Prophet ﷺ. 2. Provide proof of resurrection. 3. Call the disbelievers to reflect on the signs of Allah. 4. Warn about the consequences of rejecting the truth. Summary of Surah Yasin. 1. Introduction, verses 1-12, affirms the prophethood of Muhammad ﷺ. Quran is a divine revelation, warns those who refuse to believe. 2. The story of the messengers, verses 13-32, talks about a town where Allah sent three messengers. A man, Habib al-Najjar, came from the far end of the city to support the messengers. He was martyred and entered paradise. Emphasizes the reward of believers and punishment of disbelievers. 3. Signs of Allah in creation, verses 33-50. Signs in agriculture, the cycle of day and night, and the creation of pairs. Discusses resurrection and accountability. 4. Day of Judgment, verses 51-68. The blowing of the trumpet and resurrections like scenes of reward for the righteous and punishment for the wicked. 5. Conclusion, verses 69-83. Quran is not poetry, it is divine truth. Denial of resurrection is irrational, final affirmation of Allah's creative power. Fazilat virtues of Surah Yasin. There are many ahadith, prophetic traditions, about the virtues of Surah Yasin. While not all are at the highest level of authenticity, sahih, many are considered hasan, good or acceptable, and the ummah has held this surah in high regard. Major virtues of Surah Yasin. 1. The heart of the Quran. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "Indeed, everything has a heart, and the heart of the Quran is Yasin." Whoever recites it, Allah will record for him the reward of reciting the Quran 10 times. Tirmidhi 2087 Hasan. This hadith highlights its spiritual importance and immense reward. 2. Forgiveness through recitation. Prophet said, whoever recites Surah Yaseen at night seeking the pleasure of Allah, he will be forgiven. Forgiven indicates a path to forgiveness through sincere recitation. 3. Ease for the dying. Person recite Yasin over recite Yasin over your dead or dying ones. Abu Dawud 3:21 Tahi brings peace, mercy, and ease at the time of death. 4. Protection from thirst on the day of judgment. In some narrations, it is said, whoever recites Surah Yasin daily will not face thirst on the day of judgment. Attributed works, though not all are authentic. Fulfillment of needs. Scholars like Imam al-Qurtubi mention Surah Yasin was revealed to fulfill all needs. Many scholars recite it with the intention of asking Allah for help and blessings. Common practices and beliefs. Recited for barakah, blessings in the morning, often recited for the sick or deceased, used in du'as and tawas, supplication and means of nearness. Some recite it daily to draw closer to Allah. Important note, while many of the narrations on its virtues are widely accepted, authenticity varies. It is better to recite it with sincere intention, seeking closeness to Allah, not just for worldly benefits. Lessons and themes of Surah Yasin. Lessons and themes Surah Yasin. 1. Affirmation of Tawheed, oneness of Allah. 2. Belief in prophethood. 3. Proof of resurrection and afterlife. 4. Reflection on nature and the signs of Allah. 5. Warning to disbelievers. 6. Hope and reward for the believers. 7. The certainty of accountability and justice. Surah Yasin is a deeply spiritual and impactful surah that brings the reader closer to the reality of life, death, and the hereafter. It serves as a reminder, a warning, and a hope, all combined in beautiful, rhythmic Arabic verses that penetrate the heart. It is called the heart of the Quran for a reason. It revives the heart with iman, faith, reflection, and submission.